Okay guys, I want to make a quick video of what I did. My fuel tank pressure sensor is throwing a code. It says it's bad. I've been chasing this evap leak forever, but now I'm onto this. But I changed everything. The canister, the solenoid up front, uh, just anything, everything, that, whatever. And I saw people cutting the access panel for the fuel pump, which I marked right here, which I'm not going to do till I got better tools because I want to do it right and do the trap door and all that fun stuff. But studying the gas tank itself, and pictures of it and everything, but I came up with this. Right there he is. Fuel tank pressure sensor. I didn't want to drop the tank. I didn't want to take it to the shop. I was going to drop the tank, but it is a pain in the ass to do that. I don't have the time to do all that, and yeah, and it's not fun. So I came up with this. All I did was cut right, see if I can do this real quick. Right here was a hole. So I started snipping away a little bit, little by little. That's why this is all terrible, because I didn't know. I knew this was hollow, but I didn't know what was in there because I couldn't see through these holes right here, that hole right there, and there's another one over there. So I ended up, snipping away, and then I just got to a point where I knew it was far enough, because this right here, oops, zoom in. I didn't even do that, but that little bump right there is another sensor. There's like three of them. There's that little one, or that bump. There's one in the middle, and then there's this one. So what I did is I just snipped away where I knew I couldn't damage anything. Once I was able to get this, I knew there was nothing in there before I flipped that up. Like, this is all together right here. This is down. So then I was like, you know what? Since nothing's in there, I just get the Sawzall and I just cut there and I cut here, and it gave me, plenty of room, because I knew it was in here somewhere, because this mark right here, if you look pictures of the gas tank itself, outside of, just outside of, off the car or whatever, some people still had the sensors in there. Some people didn't, but they had the spots where they go, whatever. So I knew it was in this area. So I gave myself enough room. And then what I did is I got a nail, a really strong nail, and I just tapped right here where the welds meet for these two pieces of metal. So I tapped here, and I knew there was the lines were in there somewhere. So I tapped and I punctured it, and then I just kind of wiggled it around a little bit and made a little hole, and then I could see this hose. I could see, that this. So then I referenced to the picture that still had the other lines to it that was outside of the car, sitting on the ground. They must have been changing the, whatever they were doing to it. But so I seen this line, and I knew it went this way, and then I knew there's other lines. These lines right here were going that way. So I punctured holes all the way through, and I just snip. Little, take your time. Got to take your time, because you don't want to touch none of the, you don't want to mess with these lines. So once I was able to snip a little line, I was able to pry it up just a little bit, and I seen him in there, so I knew I was there. So then I just started cutting in this direction right here, but you got to do little cuts, little tiny cuts, because you don't want to get these. And there's better tools. I just used some snips that I bought at Harbor Freight. Get some good snips, so you have some better cuts. But yeah, and then I just cut in this direction. It gave me enough room, so then I peeled this up. Sorry. Okay, it's not zooming out. So I cut and I flipped that up. Now I have plenty of room to get in there and disconnect it. They say you can do this without dropping the tank. stick your hand up in there, but you can't because it's got this lock on here. So you're not going to be able to you can wiggle this and you can think you're going to get it. You can get it, but I think this little lock is what's going to hold it in. So I got to pop that off and then pop out the sensor and plug it in and, you know, put everything back down. I'm going to try to bend all this back up as much as I can. Push all this back down. I took the seat out, made it way easier. Yeah, just be careful. Get some good snips. Be really careful so you don't cut yourself. But there's the sensor, and I'm going to pop it out and pop the new one in. And hopefully that's the end of my problems. And my, you know, I'll get the right amount of fuel going to the engine and all that fun stuff, the injectors, and hopefully it fixes it all and I don't have to deal with the injectors next, but we'll see what happens. Just thought I'd throw this out there, give some people an idea. Maybe they got a better way to do it. But I just kind of just went off the gas tank, went off people's videos with their fuel pump trap doors and watched over and over and over to see, you know, where they were cutting, how much they cut, and, you know, leave the seatbelt bracket in there when you take this, when you lift the bottom part of the seat up. That's when I marked it, because I was referencing where the seatbelt was right here, you know, because this is what holds in the rail. Damn it. For the seatbelt is this bolt right here holds the seatbelt in, and so the seatbelt was like right here sticking out. So I knew that I couldn't, you can't go too far. You don't want to go too far over here. So I knew from the seatbelt, which was right about right here, I knew this one almost lines up for the seatbelt. And then there was this line. And then somebody cut too small. They cut right here, and that's why I marked it. But then he's like, you probably cut over here. So when I do, I'm going to cut over here. So I get the whole fuel. I'll have no issues with pulling a fuel pump out. Hopefully I never have to do that, but eventually you will. You know how it goes. So maybe this video helped some people, because I was searching and searching. There's nothing on this except drop the tank, and I don't have time or the money. So hopefully this helps you guys out. But yeah, just be careful and don't be scared. Just take your time and be careful not to cut yourself on the metal. Have a good one.